hate it when you cut down on their ability to produce new simps. Here's an example.
We all love hanging out with our girlfriends at a bar, but apparently not everyone does. According to page 6, a woman named Clementine Crawford is accusing a pricey New York City restaurant of refusing to allow women to sit alone at their bar.
What?
Clementine, who has been going to the restaurant for 4 years, claims that she recently was escorted away from the bar and was told that women can't eat there by themselves anymore.
Could you imagine?
Well,
oh my God.
And when she asked why men were still allowed to sit there, the owner said they were trying to crack down on prostitutes hanging out at the bar, trying to pick up clients. Yes, ladies, we've heard of fighting for a seat at a table, but what about a seat at the bar?
Wait, so they just automatically assumed she was like
a prostitute? And even if she was, why are you trying to throw salt in the game of a woman working?
Maybe because prostitution is illegal and they don't want the government to close their business because women are using their bar to break the law.
That's wild rude to do to somebody, and that's also profiling, which is illegal.
No, it's not. Profiling is illegal for police officers. Business owners, however, have the ability to refuse service and determine where you are allowed to be on their property. Well, to a certain extent, because feminism has eroded freedom of association. I guess that's for a different video, though. But I have a right to sit at the bar. No, you don't. You don't have the right to do anything on other people's property. The only reason that the cast members of The Real are triggered by all of this is because bars are a prime location for women to take money from simps.
Yeah, when I was single, I used to always go to the bar by myself. And guys, I would just sit there and chat with them, say hi, and they would just buy me drinks.
Yeah. One time,
right?
years ago, when we had Patty on the show.
But just be nice.
Yeah.
That's right, you just act nice to guys at the bar and they'll give you drinks for free out of the kindness of their heart. Please, Tamara. After making that statement, you are either extremely naive, like the kind of naivety that would come from a child, or you're a liar. So we have Adrian, who is our Christian girl, and Tamara, who is our wholesome, also Christian, no sex before marriage girl. Tamara is our ideal woman, and she will still siphon money from a man while giving him nothing. They were just being nice. That's not good behavior. She knows why she's getting those drinks, and if she had any decency, she would refuse them when she has no intent to pursue their relationship with the guy. But have you ever heard of a woman doing that? Have you ever heard of a woman refusing the free stuff they get from men they have no intention of dating? I haven't. Now, I am sure that has happened at some point in the history of the world, but we all know that most women have been on free dates and have used a man's attraction to her to manipulate him into doing things for her with zero intention of returning the favor. This is why you never spend money on women or do things for women for free.
Years ago when we had Patty on the store, the millionaire matchmaker, she actually recommended that one of the tips was going to really high-end bars and sitting by yourself and letting a single man come and buy you a drink.
Yeah.
That if you sat there by yourself, you could get... So maybe that's what these women are trying to do. Maybe they're not hookers. Maybe they're just trying to meet a nice guy who can, you know, pay for a nice drink.
If you go to a high-end bar that you can't afford, expecting a rich guy to buy you a drink because you are attractive, then you are exchanging sex for money. That's a prostitute. Actually, it's worse than a prostitute because when you pay a hooker, you are paying for the guarantee of sex. When you pay a random chick at the bar, you are paying for the possibility of sex. At least the hooker is more honest. You get what you pay for instead of paying and getting nothing. The cast members of The Real are always talking about equality, but what they are suggesting is that an unaccomplished woman's time is more valuable than the time of an accomplished man who can afford a high-class bar, because they're saying that a woman should be compensated for her time with free drinks. They want you to pay her just to say hello. I don't see them saying that a woman should pay a man for the grace of talking to him for a few minutes.
How is it her fault that just because women started coming here and let's say that is what they're doing. Let's say that is what they're doing.
Okay.
Is it their fault or is it your client's fault who continue to pick them up and take them home and pay for them?
Of course, it was only a matter of time before they started blaming the men. Remember this?
Wait,
This
so
is
they just
crazy.
automatically assumed she was like
A prostitute. And even if she was, why are you trying to throw salt in the game of a woman working?
So the prostitutes are good, but the Johns are bad? What about more power to him? I mean, he's just trying to get it in. Why would you stand in his way? Well, I guess that's not what this is about. The men don't matter. What is really important is that the bar is saying no to women who are by themselves, and that cuts down on those women's ability to acquire resources from a rich man while giving him nothing in return. If it wasn't about that, then she could just go eat and have a drink at a table instead of the bar. I guess the only thing that matters are her feelings. What if the bar wants to maintain a respectable image? They can't do that if they have a bunch of prostitutes running around the bar. That could kill their reputation as a high-class establishment. And do you women of the real even think about things like that? I guess not. Abusers always want to be able to destroy people's ability to create and maintain boundaries, and that's exactly what the cast members of the real are doing. The bar has a problem that is losing them business or possibly getting them in trouble with the law, so they create a healthy boundary, and you women of the real try to destroy that by screeching sexism and empowering the criminals. Situations like this are why it's so important to teach men how women actually work. This is how MGTOW are helping men, snapping them out of the delusion that was taught to them by feminism. It makes me so glad to see younger generations of men learning to treat women like people instead of like queens. On top of that, they're even making fun of men who still engage in simp behavior. What a gift this is going to be to the world in the coming years. You all wanted to be treated equally. Well, you're about to get your wish. No more free stuff.